The Chicago Bulls, man, one of the most storied franchises in NBA history. And today we're going to be doing an offseason rebuild with them. It's as always going to be 3 off seasons, 3 regular seasons. And the goal in that is try to go ahead and win them a championship. So welcome back to another rebuild today, man, onto the channel. Today, as I just mentioned, the Chicago Bulls, they have not been good in recent years, man. I definitely do think this team has the talent to be a lower end tier team in the playoffs currently. I think they're kind of just a piece or two away from not so much competing for a top seed in the Eastern Conference, but between development, between some young pieces on this team. Obviously, you added a veteran, Nikola Vucevic, at the deadline last year. I think they're in a really good spot. So yes, Lonzo is on the thumbnail. My goal in this video is to get him, but no, this isn't a Lonzo Bulls rebuild. So if by some reason the Pelicans go ahead and match a contract, I'm not going to put him on the team. It's an obvious rumor out there. A lot of people have heard it. A lot of people are speculating it. I think Lonzo and the Bulls are an absolute match made in heaven together. But will I get him today? I don't really know, but I'm definitely going to try. So obviously this team is led by Zach Levine, all-star shooting guard, one of the more underrated players in the entire league, in my opinion. Obviously a crazy athletic 2-guard. Man can pretty much do it all. I'm really excited to use him in today's video. Probably pretty much the one 100% untouchable on this squad, in my opinion. So today, we're going to get into this one, man. As always, if you guys are new around here and want to subscribe to the channel, man, I would definitely appreciate it. We've been, we've been having a good summer so far, man. It's been a great ride for me. I know you guys have been enjoying it for the most part. And then you guys got any other video ideas, you want to comment those down below, I'd be happy to listen to them. So let's get into this one. So I didn't even mention this yet. The Bulls obviously do not have their first round pick. It's the Orlando Magic who actually do have it from the Nikola Vucevic trade. We can get into some staff stuff real quickly. Again, this isn't 100% important to me. Billy Donovan has, fine enough ratings where we can keep him. I don't like the D offensive ratings from Mo Cheeks here. No. We'll sign Randy Martin, go ahead and get him, and then I'll sign 2 new assistant coaches, Josh Longstaff. I mean, it's fine. I don't know why, when I do these offseason rebuilds, the assistant coaches are, like, different than what they are in a normal rebuild, which is kind of weird to me, but, I mean, it is what it is. So we'll head up to the draft. No first-round pick. We do have pick 38, though. They also do have that pick in real life. I made sure that kind of lined up. I checked all the mock drafts and stuff like that. So I'll draft somebody there. You guys have been saying it's cool to see me draft, late first-round pick, second-round pick. So why not go ahead and do that right now? We'll draft somebody here with that pick 38 overall, see what we can kind of get ourselves into. I believe this pick's actually from the New Orleans Pelicans. So Keontae Johnson's here from Florida. Good to see him doing better after a scary collapse on the court. Jaden Springer's here. I got him in a video the other day. Alperen Sengun, Deron Sharp, Wofford, CeeLo, Isaiah Todd. I think we're in a spot just kind of take the best player available. Keontae Johnson, Florida, probably around a 70, 71 overall if I had to guess. He's a 71 overall. Welcome to Chicago. I'm going to be signing him to his rookie contract. So, this is not a realistic rebuild. I do not want to put that idea out there. So, definitely a possibility of, me picking up all of these options right now and then going ahead and probably trading a couple of these guys here. Off the top of my head, Satoransky's overall is now, does tend to go down. It's an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is. I'm not a huge Ryan Arcidiacono fan as much as I loved him in the college at Villanova in that tournament and stuff like that, but I don't need him. And then Thad Young probably going to be moving on. Just doesn't really match that timeline, but could have some good value. So, personally, I think Larry Markkanen's time in Chicago has probably come to an end. I think a lot of Bulls fans have kind of, are at peace with that, kind of accepted that. I don't really necessarily think a lot of them do mind it. So, we're probably going to be moving on from him. They obviously traded for Daniel Tice at the deadline last year as well, who I actually think was a lot better for them than he was for the Celtics, which is, I'm not a huge Daniel Tice fan. If you guys follow me on Twitter, by the way, you should follow me on Twitter. I'm sure a lot of you do know that, but we're going to go ahead and probably our power forward situation right now is not 100% locked in. I mean, it sucks for me to get rid of 2 power forwards this offseason. I don't love Al-Farouq Aminu starting there, if I'm being 100% honest with you. So we have some things to work out. Obviously, I do, I mentioned it earlier in this video. I would not mind bringing Lonzo Ball in, but I'm also not just going to give up on Kobe White, which is, it sucks to kind of think about doing, but in a hypothetical world where maybe I could trade him and get a new starting power forward, I'd probably do that if I was able to get Lonzo. So we'll see what our cap situation here is looking like. Looks like we don't have enough money to outright go ahead and sign him. I have to find him. So he's right here, $25 million. Yeah, so we only have a mid-level exception right now. So, that being said, I was probably going to go ahead and make some moves anyways to clear up some cap space. I think Thad Young, as I mentioned, definitely on his way out. I think Satoransky, Al-Farouq Aminu definitely on their way out as well, along with Arcidiacono. So, that being said, I'll see you guys with if we have a first, big, small move, whatever it may be. So we found our new starting power forward. We're going to be picking up Keldon Johnson here from the San Antonio Spurs, 21 years old, still on his rookie scale contract. We're also getting a top 3 protected pick from the Spurs next year, which at some point in time could become very valuable. I mean, if they have, a top 10 pick next year and it's not within the top 3, that pick's obviously ours. And if it somehow is in the top 3 with their unprotected pick after that. So, Keldon Johnson's officially going to be my new starting power forward. I still think we're going to be moving on from Al-Farouq Aminu just to clear up that cap space. I think it would be really cool to get Lonzo today. As I mentioned, I think it's a match made in heaven for this team. I just honestly think he fits their team very, very well. So we're going to go ahead and try to get that done right now. Do I have the cap space to now go out and maybe sign him? Let's see if we can do that right now. We do have the money to go out and sign him. That's the max it lets me give him. I'm going to give him a 2-year with a player option. Because why not? He has 2 offers here. We are his only real contract besides his qualifying offer. We're probably just going to let marketing go, if we're being honest at this point. And Lonzo Ball is officially a member of the Chicago Bulls. So that being said, I mean, they very well could go ahead and match it. So we will kind of wait on that. And they do not match it. So Lonzo, Chicago, official, man. You love to see it. So I'm iffy on what I'm going to do with Coby White. I mean, other than that, our starting lineup is kind of figured out. I do want to give Patrick Williams, definitely some developmental time. 4th overall pick, 2020. I'm actually very high on him. I think he definitely has quite a bit of potential, in my opinion. So that being said, I'd like to get a backup power forward and a backup center. I don't really think we're necessarily going to be playing Keontae Johnson here in year number 1. I think Troy Brown Jr. will probably get the bulk of the backup minutes. But is he a free agent after this year? Yes, he is. So we're probably just going to give Keontae Johnson some minutes, past this season. Probably just move on from Troy Brown Jr. at that point in time. I don't mind having a little bit of a higher overall. I mean, he's only 1 year older off the bench. So, Satoransky, I'd like to move. I mean, ideally, I move him to shooting guard just because that overall jumps up. I don't need a backup shooting guard. I'm going to be a 9-man rotation here in Chicago, and Coby White's honestly probably going to be my backup point guard for at least 1 season, because he definitely, he has a year left. So, Arcidiacono and Satoransky, if I can maybe just clear up your contracts, we'll see if I can even get a first-round pick for Arcidiacono. I don't really know if the New York Knicks want to give me one. God bless you. I think that pick was actually Dallas's pick. And now we're going to go ahead and see what we can get for Satoransky in his $10 million deal. I'm sure I can get something, whether small, big, whatever it may be. It doesn't really have to be anything crazy. Backup power forward, backup center if we get any offers there. Larry Nance Jr., honestly, for a season, I can 100% live with that. Him and I almost said Keontae Johnson. Him and Keldon Johnson going to be a pretty deadly duo there at that stretch 4 spot. So we'll now sign a backup 5, and then we're pretty much all set. I mean, we should still have a little bit of money, I would say. Yeah, we got a decent, or not a ton of money, but we got some money here to play with. My boy Penis Cantor, as a lot of you know, I'm a pretty big fan of him. JaVale McGee, Cam Birch. Let's see. Obviously, Vucevic can stretch the floor a little bit, so I wouldn't mind maybe getting a guy like Cantor who can kind of, rebound the basketball very well. Obviously, Vucevic can do that as well, but I wouldn't mind kind of giving that, a little bit of a more generic center type at that backup center spot. So we're in a good spot. I mean, I do honestly think this team can be a playoff contending team. It kind of does suck that Coby White's, kind of just getting moved to the bench unit after, I didn't even get to use him in today's video, but the Lonzo rumors are out there, man. I think it's a super fun idea. I think it would be really cool if he ended up signing with Chicago in real life. But again, only time will tell. Who knows what will happen in this NBA offseason. So all that being said, pretty good offseason. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 1 with this squad. We're here at the start of year number 1 with our Chicago Bulls. And if I'm being honest with you, it was kind of the perfect offseason. I don't really think we were having a better offseason than what we just had, man. And I'm honestly really excited for this, pretty young team. I mean, obviously we have Vucevic and Levine here. Levine's now 26, so, still relatively on the young side. Vucevic, obviously into his 30s. But again, Lonzo here, 24 is he. Patrick Williams is 20, and then, Keldon Johnson's only 22. So, I mean, still a lot of potential here with this team. I definitely don't expect to be competing necessarily for a championship, but hopefully, playoff aspirations are there, and we will see what happens. So, year number 1, Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Keldon Johnson, and Nikola Vucevic. Pretty solid starting 5. Our bench unit's actually pretty good as well. Coby White, Enes Kanter, Larry Nance Jr., and Troy Brown Jr., man. Let's see what this team can do. I will see you guys at the end of year number 1. Man, kind of just how my luck goes. We ended up here as a 9 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're 1 spot out of a playoff spot. The pain never ends, man. We are number 13 in the power rankings, which, if you go by rankings, I mean, I know power rankings aren't necessarily, one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really based on, spots, rankings, whatever you want to call it. But, necessarily the 13th overall team in the power ranking shouldn't be a 9 seed in the East, if you know what I'm saying. Luka Doncic, your MVP, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, what? Oh, I guess the Cavs drafted him, and then they're just playing Jared. I have no idea. Jonathan Isaac, Tyrese Maxey, Steve Nash, coach of the year, 55 and 27 for Brooklyn. We go 45 and 37. That's not good enough for an 8 seed in the East. Damn, man. Levine's just a stud. Led us in scoring. He is a free agent this offseason. Definitely somebody we got to lock up. Pat Williams, very solid sophomore campaign. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists a game. 47% from the field. He shoots threes. Wow, almost 41% from 3. Vucevic, Coby White, Lonzo Ball, Keldon Johnson. That's what? Oh, that's the glitch. Never mind. Ignore that. It's the stupid 2K glitch that always seems to happen. So we'll see in the playoffs, something that I was hoping I would not have to say, but unfortunately I did. The finals is going to be a Celtics-Mavs final, and my Celtics do go and win the finals, and Jason Tatum is the next coming of Michael Jordan. So we're going to head up to league meetings right now, see what we got here. Draft lottery, Nope. And okay, cool. So we're officially in the lottery. I think I saw we had another pick in this lottery. Oh, it's a San Antonio pick, and we have a Houston pick. I don't know if that has any sort of protection on it, but the San Antonio pick is only top 3 protected. Very possible we end up with that pick as well. We do. It's at pick 9. Rockets end up there, pick at 11. We also have pick 13 here. So we have pick 9. Oh my God, this stupid glitch. I hate it. Billy Donovan's probably going to come back. I mean, he has good enough ratings where it really doesn't make sense for me to, try to go ahead and get another coach here. Our trainer still has an A rating, and I'll sign a new head scout in Eldon Stewart. So we get both. Excuse me. As I was saying, we get both of them back. I hate this glitch, man. It's so annoying that it has to happen here in 2K. It just kind of ruins the offseason because it always shoots me back up to the top of the menu. Sometimes it even sims the offseason for me. But 9, 13, 26, definitely not something to sleep on. We definitely have some good assets here, I would say, moving forward. With that being said, I do think we definitely have a couple options what we do want to do here. I don't know if necessarily adding more young talent to this team is definitely the smartest thing to do in the world, but we will see some offers. If we can get a good veteran piece, we might cross that road, but I don't really know what sort of veteran piece it would be, if you kind of know what I'm saying. Our starting 5, hypothetically, our lowest overall, I guess, is Patrick Williams, and he just had he was our second leading scorer. Tremendous sophomore season, so there's really no reason for me to move on from him, but I'll probably find some trade and I'll see you guys with it. All right, so actually I'm going to take this deal here, man. Keldon Johnson's just going to have to slide to the bench. It's not like he was bad necessarily. I just think getting Jonathan Isaac, who's a stud defensively, pretty much wins 2 to 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards every single video. Is going to come in and start at the stretch 4 spot. Not a bad idea to get some defense next to Vucevic either. And then Markelle Fultz is going to probably replace Coby White as our backup point guard here. It's weird to think that we're having such good backup point guard. Actually, I'll draft somebody at 13. Actually, yeah, because I just traded my backup power forward and my backups. Backup power. Who else did I trade? Power forward and center. So I'll draft somebody at 13. 26 is not going to be used though. So we will see who's available for us here at pick number 13 in the 2022 NBA draft. Again, I don't know this draft 100%. Adrian Griffin Jr. Mark Williams is here from Duke. Honestly, we need a backup center. It fits. Why not go ahead and get it done? So welcome to the team. He's going to be a 74 overall for us. And here we go with this stupid fucking glitch. Williams, Keldon Johnson, Coby White, and Keontae Johnson are all coming back. Coby White's unfortunately probably not going to be, lasting here much longer. Troy Brown Jr. is not going to get that qualifying offer. We do have Keontae Johnson. So we will now head into free agency. Zach Levine is obviously our number one priority here. Locking him up on a contract is something I definitely want to do. I'm not trading him today, so we can just go ahead and kind of give him an offer here. Troy Brown Jr. can go, and I'm pretty sure he's kind of the one free agent that we do need. I can look at some other things here. So Coby White's not needed anymore. Ultimately, I don't really know what I do want to do with him. This team's pretty solid. I do want to see if I can get Keontae Johnson some minutes. I think it's pretty cool just because we drafted him. I want to see if I can develop him a little bit, but I also don't want to just give up Coby White for nothing. I also do kind of want to see what Mark Williams can do as our backup center. So I'll probably find some sort of trade. Ultimately, there's just not a fit here anymore. He's a free agent next season. I'm not going to pay him. We got Markelle Fultz locked up on, honestly, a pretty solid contract for, his caliber of play. So I'll see you guys with some sort of Coby White deal. It kind of sucks always having, too many assets, not really knowing what to do with them. Did I have to necessarily trade for Fultz? I didn't have to, but he kind of came in the deal with Jonathan Isaac, so it would have been kind of dumb just not to include him in the deal. So we are going to do this deal here with Utah. Coby White going to be heading over there. We're going to get Udoka Azubuike, who I don't really need either. I'm really doing this for the first round pick, which does have 2.5 stars, and we're probably going to go ahead and trade Azubuike just because I am pretty, I'm interested to see what Mark Williams can do here, and Azubuike might be a free agent next year anyways, so... No, he's not, but I don't need him. I do get him quite a bit, and I don't really want to go ahead and continue this narrative. So we're going to go ahead and probably get another first-round pick for him. Never a bad idea to load up in the first-round pick department. So, this roster's in a really good spot right now, man. I'm hoping between, we added some pretty good pieces here. Jonathan Isaac. I'm excited to see what this team can do. Hopefully be a playoff team this year, but... only time will tell. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. Second season here in Chicago for us. We obviously did not make the playoffs last year. We obviously made some pretty big moves this offseason. And I think they're definitely going to help contribute to this team, hopefully finally being in the playoffs, maybe even a top 4 or 5 seed here in the Eastern Conference. Lonzo Ball, Zach Levine, Patrick Williams, Jonathan Isaac, and Nikola Vucevic remains the starting 5. Actually, not remains. Isaac's now in here, but you know what I'm saying. Bench unit, Keldon Johnson slides to that bench spot. I know you guys know my philosophy on I don't like, technically big men being my 6 men. He's 6'5". He's not necessarily a big man. Followed by Markelle Fultz, and then the 2 youngsters, Mark Williams and not Tony Snell. That's not who I meant. I didn't even pay attention. My bad. I'm being dumb. Oh my God. Mark Williams and Keontae Johnson going to be getting the bench minutes here. So we're in a better spot than we were last year, in my opinion. As I mentioned, I know I say this a lot as well, but between development and then some new additions here, Isaac, Fultz to the bench, I think we definitely made some upgrades. So we will see how this team does, man. I thought we were going to be a playoff team last year. Unfortunately, we were not. Hopefully trying to flip that script around this year. So you guys, the end of year number 2. So it was quite the turnaround indeed as we jump up here to a 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Definitely not where I thought I was going to be, but when 2K blesses me, I typically never question it. Luka Doncic, your MVP. Cam Thomas, Rookie of the Year for the Los Angeles Lakers. Preston Chua, 6th man of the year. Jonathan Isaac wins defensive player of the year. That's why I go out and trade for guys like this. Xavier Tillman, most improved. Don't see that too often. Billy Donovan, 59 and 23 with this young squad. Does win Coach of the Year. So we got a battle with the Knicks here in the first round. Take a look at some numbers. Zach Levine still doing his thing. Nikola Vucevic, Patrick Williams, Lonzo Ball, Keldon Johnson, Jonathan Isaac, Fultz, Mark Williams, and Keontae Johnson. Rebound leader was obviously Vucevic, and assist was obviously Lonzo Ball. So, the Knicks. Dennis Schroeder. They did not pay him $120 million. Dude, the fact that rumor came out last night, at the time of recording this, I mean, I saw the rumor tweeted out like just a couple hours ago that apparently there's some team that offered him like $120 million. I don't get it personally, but I guess that's how the market works these days. I think it's a mistake paying him that much. I just don't think he's that caliber of a player. But, I mean, I guess if you're the Lakers and he's going to walk unless you're doing a signing trade, I don't know. But it's a lot of money for Dennis Schroeder. Gary Trent Jr., RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. Obviously, the Knicks, they're doing Knicks things. I mean, we go on and win in 5. Moving on to Philly here. Simmons, Matthew Cleveland, Matisse Thybulle, one of my favorite players in this league. Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid. And yes, he's one of my favorite players in this league because, 1, I like defensive players quite a bit. That's why I love Marcus Smart. And 2, I love his vlogs. Pretty much as simple as it gets. We sweep them, and then we got Cleveland here. The Sexland backcourt, Amoni Bates. They added, oh boy, we got an 88 overall rookie who's probably averaging more points than like Kobe is. Okay. I meant hypothetically speaking, of course. We're going to go ahead and sim this. We do win in 6, and now we got the Pelicans. Kier Lewis Jr., Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Blake Griffin's their starting center. Did the Pelicans rebuild yesterday? You should definitely check that one out. We won a championship. Did I think this team was championship caliber material in year number 2? No, I did not, but nonetheless, it happens. I mean, God bless me. All right, let's go ahead and sim this offseason. We are not making numbers go down by changing the shot clock to 30 seconds. And now we'll sim the draft lottery again. I actually saw the Bulls in there via you. Oh my God, that Utah pick's unprotected. It's going to be sick value. And it's the number 1 overall pick. 2K's being nice to me today. This is something that almost never happens, man. We have to absolutely take this and run with it. 2K being nice. A championship after not making the playoffs in the number 1 overall pick in the span of 2 minutes. Wow, did not think that was going to happen. So we also have the 15th overall pick, the 29th overall pick, and the 30th overall pick. Do I want to make a big move here? Kind of. Do I have anything in mind off the top of my head? Not a chance. So I'll probably find something. No, I'm not going to draft somebody number 1 overall. I don't think so anyways. I mean, who is this draft class? It's Brandon Miller. Okay, it's Brandon Miller, Harrison Ingram, Brantley Hunt, and Hatfield. Okay, Quentin Grimes here. Maybe I'll take Brandon Miller. Low-key. I mean, I've never drafted him before. I'm pretty sure he's like just an absolute, like I think he's like an 85 overall because I don't have a good draft class for 2022 or 2023. And it seems like none of you can find one as well. So I might draft him. He's kind of probably going to be a demigod, which is unfortunate, but I'll see you guys with whatever move is next. So the Minnesota Timberwolves wanted to offer me Karl-Anthony Towns. It was definitely not, a crazy idea of me moving on from Vucevic. He's now, 32, 33 years old. Getting a young superstar center, Karl-Anthony Towns, is never something I'm going to, deny. I didn't really want to draft a demigod. It just really didn't feel like a fun thing to do right now. So I'm not going to use any of these other picks as well. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, we just won a championship. I'm not here to develop guys. So Lonzo does decline his option. Maybe I should have given him an extra year, but ultimately I think we're probably going to be able to bring him back. Keontae Johnson and Keldon Johnson I would both like back. We still have Javonte Green on this team, funny enough. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get some offers out here. If I can do a... Oh my God, do we seriously not have bird rights on Lonzo? Yeah, but it's going to let me bring him back, I guess. I don't know. Is it going to let me bring back Vucevic as well? I have no idea if this is even going to work. Is it going to let me bring them both back? I didn't have bird rights on him. The game let me bring him back, man. I guess when things, when it blesses me, I'm never going to question it. So, Vucevic is back. That being said, I did not bring him back with the idea of keeping him. I brought him back with the idea of going ahead and getting some bench help with him. So, whether it be a new backup center, backup power forward, or backup small forward, we're probably going to work on that. I don't really need Aaron Holiday here, if I'm being honest. I don't need a backup shooting guard. It's been working out not having a backup shooting guard with Zach Levine, and I'm not going to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, Aaron Holiday now. We can look at some offers here. I'm not bringing back Satoranti. Marcus Smart, I do love you, but we don't need a backup shooting guard. Oh, brother. We don't need a backup point guard either. Scotty Barnes, honestly, hasn't played a minute. Why not? Scotty Barnes, welcome here. You will be the backup for Jonathan Isaac. We also, actually, do we still have... Oh, my God. There's no way, right? Never mind. Thanks for coming, Scotty. Unfortunately, we don't need you. That was dumb, but we don't need Scotty Barnes anymore. I guess the rich just keep getting richer. Honestly, maybe at this point, I'll just keep Vucevic. I mean... Why not, right? I mean, if this team's if we have this team built out, I'm having a stroke right now, but if this team's built out and it's honestly kind of working out, why go ahead and do that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're just kind of, we're making things move right now. So I basically just need a backup small forward at this point, and then this team's kind of, all set, as weird as it is to say. So, I mean, we could wait on Keontae Johnson. Do I want to go all in and maybe get somebody else here? It's possible, but I'm honestly going to give Keontae Johnson some minutes. So he's on this team, man. I guess Vucevic is going to be a backup off the bench. I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final year. It's definitely a very weird-looking rotation right now. I mean, minutes-wise, they definitely would prefer to get a lot more minutes to some of these starters, but that being said, our bench is absolutely crazy good. And it's like really not rational for me to give all-star caliber players 12 minutes off the bench. I mean, it's just not able to do it. So it's going to look like this in the final season. Lonzo Ball, Zach Levine, Patrick Williams, Jonathan Isaac, and Karl-Anthony Towns. One major change to the starting lineup, obviously that being Karl-Anthony Towns. Our bench unit, Nikola Vucevic, Keldon Johnson, Markelle Fultz, and Keontae Johnson. I seriously can't believe that 2K glitched, bugged, whatever you want to call it. Let me bring back Lonzo, even though I didn't have bird rights. Let me bring back Vucevic. It blessed me today, man. I guess it is what it is, but we will hopefully win another championship with this team. I will see you guys at the end of year number 3. Seems like every time I do one of these offseason rebuilds and we get to the final year, it seems like Nikola Jokic always ends up, seems like he always ends up in Houston. It's like Kawhi with the Pistons, one of those things that just seemingly always happens. There's like so many of those. It's like Jokic ends up in Houston, Kawhi always ends up in Detroit, Jason Tatum and Brandon Ingram always end up together when I do a fantasy draft, and I'm sure there's many more. If you have any, just comment them down below. I don't know if it's like written in the script or whatever it is, but I don't know why these things always happen. And also another one off the top of my head, Cade Cunningham never gets drafted first overall. It's always Jalen Green, and Cade always goes through the Rockets, but that's 2K. 1 seed here in the East, 1 seed in the power rankings. Quentin Grimes, Rookie of the Year in Houston as well. Isaac Lekikale, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably butchering it. I'm horrible with names. 6th Man of the Year, Jonathan Isaac, his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year award of this video. Jaden Hardy, Billy Donovan. We go 66 and 16 with this crazy-ass team here in Chicago. Some numbers on the year. Zach Levine led us in scoring, followed by Towns. Patrick Williams has been a straight-up, I mean, it's been the same every year, man. And I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I know I say that all the time. I'll shut the hell up now, but he's been solid for us, honestly. Did not think he's going to be this good today. Rebounds was Jonathan. Oh, my God. Rebounds was Karl-Anthony Towns, and assists was Lonzo Ball. It is late. Orlando here. Darius Garland, Keon Johnson, Jonathan Kuminga, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. Wow, a lot of young talent there in Orlando. Okay, was hoping not for no upsets, anything like that. Moved on to Cleveland. Scottie Pipp, what? I have never seen him in this game before. That's crazy. Wow, that's funny. Him and Colin Sexton, Isaac Okoro, Moni Bates, and Evan Mobley, the starting 5 there in Cleveland. And we do win in 6 in Atlanta here, who have moved on from Trae Young and added TJ Warren. Where's Trae Young, and why would you move on from him? Why is Jason Tatum's overall going down? Why would you move on from Trae Young? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I've honestly probably passed him. This is just curiosity getting the best of me at this point. Did I just miss him? All right, we'll just go all players. He's definitely here somewhere, and I just want to see where he is. But Trae Young is in Phoenix. What is this Suns team, dude? Holy shit. Okay, they're eliminated from the playoffs. We don't have to worry about that. They were an 8 seed. Wow. We do go on to sweep Atlanta. Moving on to New Orleans right now. I believe this is who we played last year. And again, they're good, but I think we're better. We win in 6. Lonzo Ball, Finals MVP, man. Maybe this is what happened if Chicago will actually go ahead and sign him. So, offseason rebuild, I do want to make it clear this was not a Lonzo Ball Bulls rebuild. I mean, hypothetically, if he ends up signing them in free agency, will I probably do another one of these? More than likely. But, again, I think it's a really cool rumor. And, again, I do think this Bulls team's in a really good spot right now. Probably a better spot than they've been in a long time, which is sad to say, man. I actually do like basketball a lot. I grew up watching, like, Derrick Rose and his prime, from my earliest flashbacks. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but, like, my earliest memories of basketball as a kid. I remember the Celtics winning the finals in 2008. I remember watching Kevin Garnett scream anything's possible. But other than that, like, I remember just watching Derrick Rose's highlights all the time, man, growing up. That was just so cool to see. But yeah, injuries had another option, another idea. So I had fun with this one. Not to dwell in the past too much, but I did have fun with this one. If you guys want to see some more offseason rebuilds, I'd be happy to do them. Let me know which team you want to see down below in the comment section. Pretty much along with any other rebuild challenges. And as always, if you guys are new around here, I'd love to have you, man. I'm sure the rest of this community would love to have you as well. It's been a good summer so far. We're going to hopefully finish up the final month of it or so before you go back to school. It's sad to say, man. I've been seriously enjoying. I mean, I'll announce this probably in a couple weeks more so. But as much as I love making content every single day, it's just really not a realistic option for me when I do go back to college. I mean, I'm a senior in college right now, man. Or I'm going into my senior year, and academics is definitely something I got to focus on for the final stretch of that. Past that, once I get into the real world next year, we'll see if I can maybe make a video every single day for pretty much however much longer I do this. But, it's been a good ride so far, man. If you guys would like to join it, I'd be happy to have you around here. Make sure to subscribe, turn on some post notifications. So that pretty much wraps this one up. Sorry for the little spiel here at the end. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little life update on me. But this was a fun one. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below, man. I would definitely appreciate it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all in the next one.